Hello, and I would like to talk about one more wonderful website. This app is a wonderful place to learn about cool problem-solving skills. And this is something I like to do as extra time at the end of class. So procedure that my kids like to do is once they finish all their work, they can go to this site called Brilliant. And what this does is gives you different levels of problem-solving skills. It's often math and science-based skills. A fun thing you can do is go to courses and learn increasingly cool things about different subjects. I like the math, but there's a lot of good stuff about games of chance and even some science topics. Physics every day is something I always encourage. Stuff that helps kids learn about how science works with their daily lives is a fantastic way for students to see how physics can relate to them. So it's a good way for kids to personalize their physics. So just from this website, the purpose of how I use this website is just an extra use of time. So if kids have extra time, it's a fun place to keep practicing problem-solving skills. How this works is you just sign up on Brilliant for free, and you get all these nice little puzzles every week. So every week you get some new problems to kind of play with math, and it's kind of fun to see. So infinite plane can be tiled with equilateral isosceles triangles, no overlap, no gaps. Is it possible to tile an infinite plane with identical scaling triangles? You can think logically and try to figure this one out. It says an infinite plane with identical scaling triangles. So ways to repeat this completely. I think what has to happen is it has to have some mirror symmetry. And it does at an angle, I think. So I'm going to say yes always and hit submit and see if I was right. I was correct. Hooray for that. So it tells me if I got it right or wrong and then moves me on to the other. If you want to move to more specific things, you can go to courses and you can go to different things. So if I want to go to computer science, I can do special foundations. If I want to do regular science, different things. If I want to just do math, etc., etc. There's always ways to kind of push your brain, and really just kind of has the purpose of going beyond the basics. So this is a great extension activity. So I intend this audience to be any kind of students, or really anyone who is interested in improving your skills. Two ISTE standards I would recommend is design, develop, and implement technology-rich professional learning programs that model principles of adult learning and promote digital age best practices in teaching and learning, because this is more than just has to be students, because this is just good for any adult that wants to learn, and this is more geared towards environment of like non-early elementary, so like high school / adults. So I think this is very appropriate for that. I would also say maintain the Teachers 3B, maintain and manage a variety of digital tools and resources for teachers and students to use in technology-rich learning environments. So if they have access to this technology, they can go ahead and use it. So what you can do to create the finished project is once you sign up on the site, it's pretty much already set in motion for you. The home screen gives you the problems of the week. Practice, you can figure out exactly what you want to practice, but mainly you would want to go to courses. Courses talks about the specifics in what you do. So let's go to science, physics every day, and you just click this and it starts for you. So you just hit introduction, and you just break down real-world problems, think like a physicist, etc., etc. So skip through all this. Let's get started. And what happens is you just keep clicking to continue after you read. So this is going to be talking about just the basics, talks about phases, and gives you some questions that helps prime your thinking. So water on Earth can be found in 3 different phases: solid, liquid, and gas, ice, water, and water vapor respectively, which water, so you have drink, pass through all three. Many land animals consume fresh water that flows from streams, river waters fall to their surface as precipitation. Flows in rivers, streams, hundreds of thousands of kilometers across land. In climates that are very cold, water is stored in snow-packed glaciers in summer. Some of that frozen water can melt. The liquid water is produced fresh water or salt water. I would say that would be fresh water because it would have gone through the water cycle to be stored in snowpack. So this is usually fresh water. Salt water would imply that it's coming from the ocean. So I would submit. It would say, hey, you got it right. I continue. And as the water cycle continues, we can keep discussing how this works. And by the end, you will understand how the water cycle works. You can keep moving on to different kind of quizzes, etc., to really get an idea of how one branch of science, math, or technology really applies to your life. So I think this is a wonderful product that really teaches kids to go beyond what's in the classroom. If you have any questions, let me know.